Alright, folks. Here we are with the latest stream. Let's mute that. Yeah, that's better. So, in this edition, I'm going to do a Prot Warrior. There's a lot of different tanks that are out there. I've played every combination of tank in my time and in different X packs. But the Prot Warrior, to me, both lore-wise and just personal preference, is really about how the Prot Warrior looks and feels. I love the sword and shield aspect of it. There's no heals, there's no lay on hands, there's none of that kind of stuff. So this time around we're going to do a Prot Warrior. And what I'm going to do here is start the video off. Like a lot of times what I do in each video is I prepare a character up front. So what I'm going to do is show you like everything. So I basically logged in, and you can see I've been PvP'd. Somebody hit me with the starting event where you can hit someone with the buff that makes them into an enemy, and then they came into town and hit me once before they got killed by the guards. So I have had to expend 1 food to get my health back. But aside from that, this is what the vanilla looks like when you come, or like not the vanilla, but when you come in and you haven't done anything yet. You're going to be prompted with new in patch 6.2 Hellfire Citadel prompt. I don't think that's not intentional that it's going to do that when you come into a level, but when you log in on Legion Day. But because at 100 we would have been in still Warlords, it's still in there. I think most of us would have already completed this, and I suspect they'll have this removed by game day. But you usually say goodbye to that. And also they have the quest up here too. All the way to Dark Portal, all the way back to Vashir. So they still got all these quests here if you ever did want to do them. Or if you want to do them on the beta or whatnot. Ooh, look. Earth Elemental has a little bit more like cool epic look to it. So normally what I do is also when you log in, a lot of times there's no buttons actually pulled down. You might not even be the right spec. I'm set right now to arms, and what I want really is to be Prot, so I'll go ahead and activate that. And when you activate, what'll happen is they get this cool little button animation here, which you'll see. Boom! You get all of your abilities, and what they did there was they dropped them down basically from 1 to 12 and then from 13 on. And this is what they do. You still have unspent talent points that'll nag you about that. But you'll notice that some of these abilities aren't really placed with any rhyme or reason that I can detect. I mean, sometimes they advantageously turn out that way. But I don't know if I would set my button bar up to look like this. So, what I typically will do before I begin recording is sort through all of these abilities. And I'll show you how I sort them. And then, of course, I'll set up the right bar, which has the your Hearthstone usually goes up the top. The one for Dalaran will go right below that. I'll get into the mounts, get my utility mounts out. Again, this is the beta, so you have this luxury of having just about every mount you'd want. It just makes me, the whole thing about the Water Strider, it makes me definitely want to go and get my Nat Peggle to Honored so that I can get a Crimson Water Strider on the real world, because that mount ended up being so incredibly useful. I mean, I have the Tundra, I don't have the Yak, but I don't transmog enough to really need it, but it's definitely nice as a convenience for here. And then for the Warrior, come to think of it now, what we're going to do is look at the different mounts and try to think about, I think this one, and until I think of another one, the Amani Warbear, which is only achievable, this particular flavor, only achievable if you actually did Zulamon's bear run during Burning Crusade, and I never did complete that. That was a very difficult thing to do until it was just right after Burning Crusade, unfortunately. So I missed out on this version of the bear mount, but this feels definitely very warrior-like. I picked an undead camel hoarder. Oh, I don't like that title. Or Lord of the Rings. I picked an undead because, again, for horde, I just tend to be more aligned with the feeling of undead, and I know I should feel orcish. I know that orc ought to be where I'm at, but there's something about the undead and the undead racial cannibalism. I'm gonna just pull that down temporarily here. Let's get this mount out of there. We don't need it right now. We don't need it because it's a flying mount, and except for a couple of occasions which we will need a flying mount for, I wouldn't even worry about it. But in this case, yes, because we haven't quite picked it up yet, we should pick up a flying mount, but let's pick up one that's suitable to the lore of a warrior. Maybe it would be Spawn of Galagras. Again, it just makes me feel a little guilty for not going orc. It definitely feels more orc, considering, orcs actually rode this thing. Yeah, this feels like a warrior's chosen flight mount. Very good. Okay, so let's take a look at our spell abilities. Okay, I never really need auto attack on the bar anymore. Let's just take a look at this battle cry. That's a buff. Berserker Rage is a buff. I usually stay away from that top left button. It just feels a little bit inaccessible. This one says I'm going to require a shield. So note that I'm, because I went with the wrong weapon there, those wouldn't have been very usable. Here we go. We're now in. We also could switch some of these trinkets up. Definitely feel like that's more of a tanking trinket there. That's a stamina. We'll put that one on. Look at the rings real quick. Versatility and mastery. That feels like a really strong choice. I think most of this is basically we might see a better. I'm gonna stick with the mastery there. Why? It's just a gut feeling about mastery. This one has a little more. I'm gonna go mastery and versatility for sure. Feels like a tanking. There we go. Okay. So whatever we have left, you could just auction off if you really cared about money. I don't know why on the beta why you would care. You just create a character, you get 5,000 gold. I mean, do the math. You can just create a few characters and load up on gold, delete them, do it again, and then you'd have all the gold you needed. In this case, I'm just going to throw those in the bank so that I can get back at them if I ever really needed to. Not really sure. Maybe if you change faction. I don't know. Still haven't picked up any. You get this pop-up quest at the very beginning. Put that as a track. It just pops right up over here, and you accept it. And if you don't, then it shows up right over here on the right side. So let's continue looking at these. We got so Shield Slam, Revenge, Swinging a Wide Arc. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Last Stand. This is like a shield wall kind of thing. So let's just put that up there for now. Demoralizes all enemies. So let's see. This is a debuff. Blast all enemies. This is another AoE. So we got 2 AoEs now. Here, this one here is another shield. This is called Shield Wall. So this one's Devastate. Yeah, it feels like a strong, instant melee attack with no cost. This generates rage. The Shield Slam. Very good. Spell Reflection. Okay, this is a reduction of magical damage. This takes rage that you have to generate, so you need that. Here's our AoEs. Ignore Pain. 90% of the next damage, it's another shield wall. We'll sort these in a second. Focus Rage. Focus your rage on your next shield slam, causing it. Okay, so that's a buff. That one, These are our buffs over here. This one actually could get macroed in. And then Victory Rush. This one here is like more of a signature tanking ability. And it's only usable after you've killed something. But Victory Rush is very, very signature style. Now let's take a look at what else did we not get. We, of course, Cannibalize I just pulled out. This one here is a good one for a warrior to have. It just takes away a fear and charm. It's just nice to be able to pull that out of your hat when everybody gets feared. So just looking in here, sometimes you miss an ability like Heroic Leap. Woo! Just fun ability. You got a throw here. You don't usually use a throw, but we'll put the throw in here for a second. Ignore Pain. I think we did add that one. Intercept. This one's always great. You run towards something there to help it, defend it. It's always one of those. You like to do that if someone gets ahead of you. The healer needs help. Pummel is an interrupt. Very nice. We like to keep that interrupt out there. Interrupts are bread and butter for tanks. Shield block we have out. Shield slam. In fact, let's switch these two. Keep these two shields together. Spell reflection we have taunt. So we're going to put taunt over here in the end button. What I did on my keyboard is the 11 key and the tilde, which is to the left of 1, do the same thing. So if I'm over here spamming 1 and I needed taunt, I can. If I'm over towards my AoE abilities and I needed taunt, it's not too much of a stretch with the other part of my hand or with the mouse. Thunderclap. Very nice. And then we've got, to take a look at our passives here, we got Deep Wounds. Devastate and Revenge also cause bleed. And then Mastery, Critical Block, increases your chance to block by 19%. And your chance to critically block by 58%. Also increases your attack power. So that's for threat generation. Now on to talents. And we're going to do the talents first because they're going to add abilities to our bar, and then we can do our final sort. And then maybe eliminate some abilities that are not doing much, or move them around on the board to make it a little bit easier to sort through them. So a lot of these abilities will look familiar to you as well. Increase damage to the intercept. Stormbolt, hurl your weapon. Not bad. Shockwave, frontal cone, always a pleaser. Right now I'll just go with as many passives as possible. I'm just that way. So this one here, intercepting a friendly target now also causes 20% of the damage to transfer to you. So that's another thing about intercept. We had one over here. Warbringer, intercept now deals damage. This is another one for intercept. This one replaces Victory Rush. Instantly attack the target, causing damage and healing you for 15%. What is Victory Rush doing right now? Where did Victory Rush go? Here it is. Oh, it's been darkened because you can't see it here. This one here strikes a target, deals heals. This does more, so maybe we'll do Impending Victory for now. Ignore Pain also enrages you. Ultimate in your shield slam crit no longer cause your foe to cause no rage. Avatar, let's do that one. See, it just boom, plop, drops it down wherever it wants. Put it up there next to all the buffs that we have. Warlord's Challenge. Berserker Rage is active. You may use Taunt. Bounding Stride reduces the cooldown on Heroic Leap. Radius of Thunderclap. Best Served Cold. Revenge generates 2 additional rage. Ignore Pain will ignore up to 100% more damage. Increase your maximum health by 25. Yeah, I'm going to do Indomitable. Vengeance. Ignore Pain reduces rage cost. You gain 3% haste for each enemy within 10 yards. That's crazy. The Demo Shout also generates 50 rage, but increases damage you dealt. I think I'm going to stick with the passive on that one. And then every 10 rage you spend reduces the remaining cooldown of Battle Cry. Shield Slam extends the duration of Shield Block. Or a Ravager throws a whirling weapon. I think I will go with this one. And again, I must emphasize that I don't feel like I really know what I'm doing here as a warrior. Haven't played it in 2x packs. I do feel like I strongly understand tanking, but there is a lot of changes to every class at this point, including how they synergize with other classes. So just take everything I'm doing with a grain of salt and don't assume that this is the right way. It is a way. So, got a lot of abilities here still on my bar. Big buffs. Let's take a look at this Avatar one. Colossus. Might get that going. Might get Zerker Rage going. Might get Battle Cry. Last Stand. Shield Wall. Spell Reflection. Will of the Forsaken. There you go, folks. That's an intercept at the end. And then Heroic Leap. Yeah. Alright, so let's see. Devastate, Shield Slam. These are, you can see that Shield Slam is going to be your rage generator. You're going to get rage from other things too, but a lot of these things require rage. Rage Taker, Rage Taker. This one generates rage, revenge. Let's bring that one here. Yeah, so these are, here are my rage generators, right here. Here are my rage expenders, right, including active mitigation and just instant attack. Here's an AoE. Here's a throw, right? Those are for damage. We got an interrupt here, right, on a hotbar button. We got a taunt, if we need it. And then over here we've got a battle cry for 1 minute, Berserker Rage for 1 minute, Focus Rage for 1.5 second cooldown. Like I said, this one feels like I might get macroed into Shield Slam. Like it just, when it's available, you do it. You're not sure there. So let's put that one directly over the Shield Slam. Will of the Forsaken. Intercept I can move down a little. Ignore Pain. That one seems to be take Rage to do. Okay. Here are the buffs. Alright, so finally pull the food down. For now, we'll put it there. Just go back over the abilities again, make sure everything's been pulled down. Check the talents again. That's interesting. Yeah, not 100% sure if that's going to be what ends up being kept, but that's very, very interesting talents there just to try out. There you go. Okay, and here we go with the basic questing. We've done this one on the Alliance side a couple of times today. I did a Druid and I did a Paladin. We're going to do it on the Horde side now. Every day we've been seeing gradual improvements in the beta on how they do this particular quest, ranging from just less bugginess to actually adding content. I like the watermark here on that. There's that trinket. Don't hate on the trinket. I actually thought about it. I put some criticism out there about it initially, but after really just trying them out, it's not that bad, not that big of a deal. Ooh, wow, what we got here? Level 90 food. And what does this say? Oh, versatility increased by 100. Interesting. And he offers no buff food. Jump. Alright. Polish my armor. Come over here and get some mojo. You get 9 mojo. Those are kind of like bandages. Smells fresh. You get food. You get these buffs, and if you manage to not die, you get to keep them. And it makes that fight just that much more rewarding. That plus the Forta Horde. Now, this is the part where you pick a fight. Well, it's really a duel. It's not necessarily a fight, but you go find somebody and you say, let's duel. Alright, let's do this guy. Duel.
Walk with the earth.
What's this dude attacking my dude for?
Greetings.
Weirdo.
We shall meet again.
Oh, I accidentally duel him again. I don't know why. Do I have a stun? Thought I did. Okay. Demo shout, I'll just put over here because this is more of a debuff. It doesn't really, it's not really buffing myself. Let me tell you, this is spell damage. This is active mitigation. So we're going to be using this as a dump too. So let's move that over to here. Get some good active mitigation. Bam. Don't know about needing throw in that capacity there. So, you know, beware the evils of keyboard turning, as people will tell you. However, or beware the evils of mouse turning and not using your keyboard, or you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. People use their mouse to turn, and they frown upon you using your button bar. And so, in fact, really hardcore gamers won't use 1 through 12 on your keyboard. What they'll actually map out Q and E and maybe even keyboard commands, and basically, you know, they turn with their mouse. So you can see me doing mouse turning here. But I do a hybrid. I usually use the number buttons, and then I move my mouse to where I think I'm going to need. So I'm sometimes moving the camera, and then I will move my mouse down. And that is not optimal, I'll tell you. It's not. You have to train yourself when you're raiding to stop doing it that way. But that's what I'm doing when I'm doing these videos, just to make it easier to find an extra ability, like, and just have them sorted this way. If I was raiding, I would probably keep every button mapped to the 1 through 12 and the one right above it, and not have all these other action bars even out. There's distractions. And if I knew there were abilities that in the context of a raid I would never really need, there's no way I'd use it. So, you know, for example, like, I'm pretty sure that in the context of a raid, you know, I might not be using heroic throw that much, so I might not have that out. It might definitely not be anywhere near as prominent of where it's at. It might actually, here, let's just do it. Let's put it over here by leap. There. Yeah. I don't know. Simplicity as best you can. Right, here we go. On to Legion.
Hey, how you doing?
Let's go face the Legion.
Have a good one.
The Battle of Broken Shore. raid coffee, supplied by the goblins of Whole Foods. Coffee keeps me going. Alright, so with any luck, we'll have a group.
Arrived a few hours ago. Demons covering the whole island.
That's pretty good. I like that group we had earlier. It was like, I think it was like 10 or maybe even more than that. It was a big group and it was fun.
All looks like trouble. Big trouble.
Oh, so looking forward to see how these abilities pan out. Like I said, this one here just... It almost feels like you just macro it in. Maybe that's what we'll do. Alright. Here we go. Can I mark? I can. Oh, cool. Bulge in. Enthrall.
Keep them away from the spires!
I just realized one of the things I forgot in the warm-up was the show turning on auto-loot. And then also hitting your raid profiles and saying raid profile at power bar, class color, no border.
Crush them! Weaklings! Must I do everything myself? Very well. Prepare yourselves! Your souls will know endless agony!
Dude, it's like Wolf is taunting or something. Thrall's now tanking. Just like in the real world, the shaman are they pull aggro. No, I'm just kidding. Thrall, we could take the Doomhammer out of Thrall. Well, he's got Doomhammer. But you can't take the warrior out of him. He's still got the old warrior in him, tanky boy. Thrall, the man, Green Jesus. Ain't never gonna get used to you calling me that. There's only one way to the tomb. Are you ready? I'm on. That's be organic. Let be moving. No, that's not what he says, but... yeah, trolls are Jamaican. God dang. Man, these guys just like to gab. They should be... Blizzard, if you watch my video, my feedback here is that this part feels like it takes a little too long. Like, maybe they could run up and have that conversation while they're running. Or there could be a cutscene. So, way out over there, Sylvanas. Let's put a moon on her. And on Bane, we'll put a nipple. There we go. See, I mean, we're all, like, some of those people are already down the ramp before this cutscene cuts. It just feels like this part took a little too long. It should be shorter. Alright, a little bit more of a cutscene. I don't want to die.
We need to get closer.
It's about time you showed up.
That guy's all rolling for it too.
Your reinforcements are endless.
You heard him, Rangers. We cut those demons down. Fire a volley on my mark. Now!
Moops. Moops is killing it.
Rose from the ground in
He's like, yeah, I know what to do.
spewing forth demons
Job,
in the
Moops.
hundreds in the blink of an eye.
And now we know how to destroy them. It's them or us. Let's get moving so we make sure it's not us.
Voice of the Sylvanas really, to me, sounds like Lucy Lawless. Xena, warrior princess. I don't know if it is or not, but I mean, I wouldn't put it past Blizzard to put famous people in some of those voices.
Can you speak?
Just,
Where's the rest of the
actress
crusade?
sounds like Lucy Lawless to me.
Dying. They descended on us in seconds. Nowhere to run.
Let's get these people out of their cages. Nice, that was fun. Real quick, I'm gonna look at my... That one's rough.
I'm out of range.
Oh, that's too bad. The tanks were strafing yesterday. That was cool. But I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't be able to strafe. Man, these guys are hardcore. It took a long time to knock them down. Ooh, it's so dark. While I wait for the cinematic, I'm gonna go turn the light on. Okay, I can assure you it's not really that dark. I think it's largely to do with backlighting. The sun is shining through the Venetian blinds pretty strongly right now. Even though it's 6:30, it's pretty right there. You can see Tyrion. All right, come on, let's get it done. Let's get her done. I think this thing takes 30 minutes, almost no matter how good your group is. I mean, I went through here earlier a little bit faster because we had a big group, so we were able to really pillage that last area over there. This will be a little different. Are there any other world leaders that I did not mark?
What joy is there in
We
this
got Vol'jin.
curse?
Yeah.
Gul'dan, you will pay for this.
Stay back. It's a trap. The light will protect me. The light will.
Wave at Alliance. Actually, I'm gonna put both earpieces on. No! You killed him! I'm gonna watch everybody fall to ashes. Alright, so allies get it first. We're gonna get some mobs here, dude. What are you guys thinking? Alright. Another UI tweak while we have a spare breathing moment is I like to go to the names and say show larger nameplates.
Let's go, Horde! It's time to show the Alliance how we slay demons! All yours, Alliance.
Oh wow, that paladin's killing it. Oh, I was like looking at the healing. What's the damage on this fight? Ugh, down at the bottom. But everybody should know that the #1 person on the damage meter is always given Holy Smite for whatever reason, no matter who they are. Weird, it's like kind of.
Consider your job.
See, Alliance aren't really doing anything over there. I mean, maybe they are. I don't know.
got to stop Gul'dan before he summons another one of those things. We'll take the ridge and cover your flank. Good luck, Varian. Take up positions! We hold them off! We have to!
I cannot take much more of this.
Pull Bane back to my position! Close ranks! Channing Rim! Kill him already! Everyone, pull back to me! We make our stand here!
To conquer this puny world.
Alright, now the Broken Shore is assaulted. Alright, and Edric tells you to go and do his thing, gives you a war axe.
Victory.
What did he give us here? One-handed war axe and a ring, of course. Must see the war chief immediately.
Blood and thunder.
The drama unfolds. Looks like they've managed to fix the bug where you were seeing everyone's dialogue and now you only see just yours. Wow, this is pretty epic. There's Sylvanas. Wow, still no video. It's the original Warcraft video. And then we're here.
What are we if not slaves to this torment? We are the Forsaken. We will slaughter anyone who stands in our way.
My life is dedicated to destroying the Burning Legion.
Okay.
Lord Illidan knows.
Alright, show me the proof. I mean, just as iconic as a mage, the warrior, being that person that keeps all the mean things away from the group. For me, tanking, some of the benefits of tanking is control. You get to have a control over the encounters. You get to decide how they're going to lay out. When I was raid leading, I mean, tanking was one of the best things to do as a raid leader for such a long time because you never really had to worry about explaining how to move the boss and so that you didn't wipe the raid. But when I started being more ranged, it also gave me a unique perspective. So I think you could certainly raid lead with any of the roles in there. You can even be a good healer in raid lead. But I just, in general, I like when I'm doing the raiding and I'm running a raid, it's cool to be a tank. Cannibalism doesn't let you eat a demon. That's too bad because I'm sure demons taste pretty good. They're already all fried. Fried demon. Try to get used to this heroic leap. Let's get another one of those, get ready. Let's see, can I eat a demon? No, cannot. Look, it's Edtrig. It's like the things I want to have on my live account before I go to do the real Legion. For sure, one of the Water Strider mounts. Another thing I think would be, like, to get the Gammon braid. For some reason, I love hearing that, "I, Gammon, will save you." Just love that voice doing that. So, I'm not sure where you get that. I think that's a Frostwall Garrison random mission, but that'd be another fun one.
I have no time for games.
Great, you now get an upgraded trinket. I'm in combat, huh? Alright, well, let's run.
I'm out of range.
The Illidari for the Horde are over here, just basically by the flight path.
I've sacrificed everything. What have you given?
Dalaran mages are basically between the main war chief area here, Gramash Hold, and the front door. This little portal here. Yeah, I don't know. Some part of me is like thinking maybe this would be good to be an orc for RP purpose. I just keep thinking about how especially when I was in Orgrimmar, thinking about
Well met.
Garrosh.
Go with all.
How much of a real warrior that guy is. Okay, so he says I'm gonna leave, and then normally right afterwards, yes, some NPC out of nowhere, out of your line of sight, comes running up. And this either sends you to the Violet Citadel or Catty Corner to Krasis Landing. And the other thing is that they used to have you start over by the other Catty Corner. Now they're having you start there. That's kind of an interesting change as well. So it looks like they're... Yeah, here we go. Class table area over here. Yes, he did. In the battle I find no glory in it. Too many died. This is High Overlord Seraphang too. But I did not. The anger within me grows every minute I stare at the storm. I will return to the broken shore for those under my command. I will kill the demons until their glory is found. Then I will go with you. No one should fight alone. Death is our likely end on those shores, you know. Yet I can see the determination in your eye. Perhaps you have the honor to regain there as well.
What do you need?
Very well. Let's see what awaits us on that ill-fated shore. Take Seraphang's spare mount to the broken shore and fight alongside him to restore your honor.
Strength.
Alright, I'll gladly take your spare mount, dude. And here we go. Blood and honor. See, like I said, I keep thinking, yeah, the class fantasy, at least Horde side, might be the warrior, orc warrior. So, considering that the guy you're talking to is Seraphang, I think that kind of sends it home. Maybe the next cosmetic change I make will be that. And then you get the orc buff. Instead of Will the Forsaken, which is essentially every man for himself, but the Horde side of it, you get a Berserker Rage, which is just an extra buff to have.
Shrug off your wounds, warriors.
Another battle awaits. There is Ooh. You know, it's too bad you can't be of Rykruel. That would have been a good race.
That old seer is mad, but rarely wrong. Come, friend. More demons approach. Prove your valor.
Prove your valor to the Viking. They're clearly Swedish. Ouch. rogue bastard. There we go. Is there a way for... Oh, getting smacked behind. Eat some food. Ouch. Alright. The Golden Valkyrie comes down. Ooh, she looks pretty. She's gonna collect the souls of the worthy. Here, I'll kneel too. RP kneel.
Odin has judged you worthy for his halls. Come with me to glory!
Watch over me from above, my brothers, and save me a seat in the hall. Prot has joined the battle, little hero. Come and meet your fate before your place is taken!
Alright. I'm gonna just take out these casters. This caster here is nasty. He's casting some crazy fire damage spell. And then we get, ooh, a red pit lord. Malgalor, enough! I will break you myself! I wonder if someone's keeping track of all these new pit lords.
At last! Ha ha! This is the glorious death Harvey promised me!
I say we kill the demon instead. Little hero, you have proven yourself a worthy ally. Will you stand with us?
With all of us together, we may yet be victorious.
With all of us Swedish people together, we may be victorious.
Let us be about it then!
We're going to build an IKEA here and to stop the horde. He's got a lot of health. Say that. I'm supposed to beat this guy single-handedly. Come on. I need more damages. Yet you stand. It's impossible. He's trying to take me with him. Oh, God. Look at that. He knocked me out right there. The Valkyrie comes.
A valorous sacrifice, but it is
A
not
valorous
yet
sacrifice,
time.
but it is not yet your time. And then she heals me. Ooh. Ooh. Skyhold.
I serve Odin.
Skyhold is a dungeon. It's a kind of like Asgard.
Strife to be burned. Behind you lies the eye of Odin, which peers across all of Azeroth. This Bay lies the forge, where the mightiest across the Bay lies the arena of glory. Fair warriors vie for supremacy in epic combat. Before us lies the great mead hall. Fair drink and Odin awaits ahead.
I think some of those voiceover things aren't timed right. They're longer and they get cut. Like there's a timer that's not quite tuned. That looks like it could be fixed. There's Odin. He's got like a magma beard. Interesting.
My army is imprisoned by Helya's sorcery. We can. You have proven yourself the greatest
Like
living
that, just cut off
warrior
right
on
there.
Azeroth. It is for this reason I have saved you. I name you Valajar. Bring glory to these halls on the wings of my Valkyr.
Very interesting. You are to be the champion of Odin as a warrior. Ooh, wow, these ads look awesome. That's Heimdall. And just like in the Thor movie, he's darker than the rest of them. I wonder if that's why they chose to have Idris Elba play him in the first place, or if it's vice versa.
I never thought I would meet anyone who could match the Valajar's strength. And yet here you stand.
Okay. Select an artifact weapon. First, you got arms. I hear arms is lull damage. We'll probably roll in arms for another video. Then you got protection. This is why we did this. Ooh. Wow. See, look at that shield. That's amazing looking. And then you got Odin's Fury, which are two one-handers, or two-handers. You dual wield and also look incredible. Wow, the warrior weapons look amazing. But we're here to do Prot, so we'll go ahead and select the Prot one. Artifact has now been chosen. You then go tell somebody. In this case, oh, it's Odin himself.
Most impressive. I never thought I would meet anyone who could match the Valajar's strength. And yet here you stand.
The greatest warrior should wield the greatest weapons. Long ago, the great king Magnar Icebreaker wielded weapons crafted from a scale that might have been the mightiest dragon in the land. He should have been here, but he's not. Instead, he languishes in his tomb. His son Hrunthir is here. He will lead you to the tomb.
Do not be.
Okay. Go now. Hrunthir waits at the sky launch pad. This must be. I'm predicting this is basically your class hall. That's what it looks like to me. Wow, that's if this is going to end up being my class hall, this is beautiful. Let's mount up. Let us go to the tomb. Our journey will be a quick one. A single leap from Skyhold will take us. Follow me. Whoa! Down the rainbow tunnel. And here we are. We're on this weird little island over here called Shield's Rest in Stormheim. Ooh. Okay. We mount up. We follow this dude. The dead are rising. Alright. Another set of undead here. Let's heroic leap at him. Wahahaha! Bam! I don't know if I like the way that shield slam sounds. Shield block. I like block to sound a little more like I'm blocking. Then they take you down here to the Shield's Rest. Ooh, a little bit of a lag there. And now we enter the tomb. So many tombs. The treasures are kept in the tomb. Uh-oh. Oh. Where have I seen this before? I think this was in maybe in the Paladin mission where you had to do this. This looks very familiar to me. Alright. We cannot walk through, it says. So, what is the solution? Okay. Let's see, do we have anything that makes my leap longer by any chance? I don't think I can change my spec anyway. Yeah, he's like, we should be able to leap over this. "19 seconds on cooldown." Can eat. 8 seconds cooldown. Should I beat him up, maybe? Come from behind and get him? There we go. His madness infects his guards. They do not recognize me. Watch out. That door is sealed with lightning. We must find a way through. That was easy. Just demonstrate you know enough about your class. That's all they really want you to do. Do you know about these abilities? Here's one you might not have known about. Curse Helia. And there's Magnar. Here we are, Magnar's chamber. Defend Huithur. Champion, we must save him. I will find the words to spur him on. Say the word and we shall begin. What I need is a threat meter here real quick. Heroic Leap needs to come off cooldown. Come on, Heroic Leap. That's redonkulous. Alright, here are the weapons. Dun dun! Nice! Scale of the Earth Warder. Really awesome looking shield, in my opinion. That is one of the nicer looking shields in the game. And you get a cool new ability. It's named after Neltharion, actually, Deathwing. Enter a defensive posture, critically blocking all attacks while a stream of Shadow Flame erupts from the scales, dealing a lot of Shadow Flame damage to all enemies in front of you. Let's look at it. Here's what it looks like. Whoa! Nice looking effect. That Shadow Flame is really beautiful. It's very interesting to see a Paladin put up his reverse conic shield, and then the Warrior put up his shield, which is completely separate. Alright, here we go. Jumping the Skyhold. Rocket power into the Holy Tunnel. Back up to Valhalla. Here we are. Alright, we'll mount up. I think we did this one in record time, folks. This was a really quick run through, considering we went through everything start to finish. That one seemed a little easier than the other ones. The Druid one still feels the most complete of an experience.
My power is beyond anything you have yet faced.
Alright, we must go find the Master Smith. Wow. I wonder if class halls will have their own music. There'll be a different song for each hall. That would be kind of neat. This artifact is amazing. I can already see the potential we can unlock. This forge has been working for longer than your race existed. We might know a few things. Your weapon is powerful. It will take my personal forge to get it to work. We can work the artifact to provide various improvements, of course, in the forge. And the first, we go from Neltharion's Fury. The first empowerment is to damage from Devastate. And here we go, the unlock. You collect iron artifacts and blood. Very cool. Alright, we can go turn that in. Hey, champion, I've got something for you.
Are you worthy of Odin's gaze?
Where is she? A little weird. Go to the Eye of Odin.
May Odin's gaze give you strength.
Beautiful. Very beautiful looking. There's the Eye of Odin. Beautiful looking area.
You are wise to depart. Olaf, Jörgen, Felgen Milk.
I think I'll say hi, Mountain, this time.
Ugel and Ur, Bjorn, away!
Uh-oh. Watch out. Don't jump in that hole. I'm sure maybe that's a teleport.
Glory to Odin.
And you're like, oh yeah, hey.
I serve Odin.
Where do you want to go? I want to go to Dalaran. Alright, here you go. Down the tunnel. Now how do you get back?
Greetings, champion. Our people will stand with you against the Calm champion.
Kind of
Journey
curious
with
though,
me,
how
and
as a
I shall show
warrior...
you the might of High Mountain.
Oh, I see what you do. Haha, that's cool. That's really clever. Alright. Well, from here, folks, it goes into the regular quest run-through, which we'll be doing next week. So I'm going to sign off right here with the warrior, saying next time you see this warrior, you'll probably end up being an orc. And otherwise, we'll see you for the next run-through video.